Hi there guys, it's Rob Gray here, and I'm going to take you through a quick whistle-stop tour of the labour management system upgrade. This is just a heads up at this stage, not going into too much detail. Just really want to introduce you to Teamplan as a system and take you through some of the benefits, and then just talk through some of the key dates and some of the key actions for you to take away. So without further ado, just imagine if you could build and edit team schedules anywhere. There were only exception-based daily time cards. Your team clocked into all their shifts, and you had a system that could help you manage labour and deliver budget. That is the vision for this new system. And so, welcome to Teamplan. Now, Teamplan is the replacement for PPS, so once Teamplan comes along, PPS will be no more. So Teamplan is the main system. So we're upgrading the existing system to a new cloud-based platform, making it possible for Teamplan to be accessed from both back-of-house PC and the new laptop that's being distributed at the moment. And the key with this is simpler to use, easier reportage and analysis, flexibility of access, and reduced admin. So the key thing here is this isn't a new system, this is an upgraded version of PPS, but it's about 6 versions newer than the existing one. And then so we add to that Teamplan clock-in. Now, this is a simple system that requires all retail team members to clock in to their till at the start and end of their actual shift. So this is not retail management, just retail hourly paid team members, including kitchen team. So this will automatically create the team time card, meaning you don't have to, and team must clock in 15 minutes before and after their shift, otherwise a manager override is required. So within 15 minutes either side of the shift, it will automatically create their shift. If they clock in outside of that, there's a manager override required, and you can then decide whether or not they are paid for that time. So if they come in half an hour before their shift because you've asked them to, you can override so that they are paid for that additional half an hour. If there are things like split shifts, then they would clock in and out of the first part of the split shift and clock in and out of the second part of the shift. And then other key things around breaks. Their breaks would be forced in for every 6-hour shift. There'd be a 20-minute break forced in. But if they were going to do say an hour lunch break, you would treat that as a split shift, and they would clock in and clock out. So then moving on to the Teamplan app. Now, this app will be available for all members of salaried management team, enabling you to build, edit schedules wherever it suits you. And the app will also support flexible adaptation of the schedules to help with Teamplan clock-in. So if you imagine you've got someone on a shift from 10 till 4, but you have called them up and asked them to come in at 9 o'clock instead, you can quickly change on the app their start time till 9 o'clock, which means that when they come in to clock in, the system will recognise that that's the start time for their shift, and you'll have no override required. And then you'll see just at the bottom, we've got all bar one trial of a team app, and this is great news for you as a brand. Just you are trialing a retail team member level app, and that gives them access to both their schedules and also a shift swap potential. So Jack and Jill want to swap shifts from Saturday night to Sunday night, and then they do that on their app, and then you get an approval to either accept that or decline it. If you accept it, it will then change on the system those 2 shifts around, and it will expect those people to come in, and then it will recognise their shifts on clock-in. Clock-in is currently live in over 200 businesses across the business using PPS at the moment, but they know it currently as time and attendance, and it's had some fantastic results, particularly around reduction in team member pay queries and challenges to 4747, far more accurate payments to team, and really great feedback from team members in terms of feeling confident that they're going to get paid for the actual shifts they've worked, and from managers, the reduction in admin where the system's been used properly, and I'll go into that in a little bit more detail. So the overarching strategy for this development in this system is to ensure that accurate labour planning and delivery is optimised, creating maximum flexibility for managers and greater transparency for retail team members. So a huge part of this is purely about reducing workload, but also maximising engagement. So access to key information and flexibility for use of the system is fantastic. So all of your management team will be able to use the Teamplan app. So moving on, what will I or you be expected to do during go live? So you'll be required to attend a full district briefing for the full details and training in the period before your go live. So normal district meeting date, there's no additional date or session to go to. And I'm going to take you through those specific weeks in a moment. Following your district meeting, you'll need a 1 hour management team meeting to train anybody who manages a shift and or will use Teamplan in your business. So 1 week, within 1 week of go live, you're required to transfer 2 weeks of schedules from PPS to Teamplan. Now we estimate that's going to be a 1 to 3 hour task just to basically do a manual data transfer of 2 weeks of schedules from PPS into Teamplan. And you'll have the new laptop by then, so you'll be able to have PPS on your back of house PC and Teamplan on your laptop, so you'll be able to do them side by side, and there is no way around that task, so it is a manual task, unfortunately. In that same week, then you'll be required to hold a 30-minute team meeting to brief your team on Teamplan clock-in. At this stage, the team member app won't be going live. That will be going live a little bit later than your original go live dates on the system, but we'll keep you updated on that. And Teamplan really is as simple as they need to clock into the till with their employee ID, but we just want to make sure that we get this right from the beginning. So a quick briefing with them so they understand what their responsibilities are in terms of clocking into a shift and out of a shift every single time they work. In week 2 of go live, you will be required to complete payroll in PPS for the last time. So that will be it. PPS will go on that Sunday, and you will then be live on Teamplan. So start using Teamplan from the Sunday of your go live week. And then on the Monday of week 2, clock-in will go live for your team. So prepare to support them through this week as they learn to use it, particularly management team, making sure that they're getting used to the system. The reason we're going live on a Monday is obviously, hopefully for you, it's a quieter day, and also we've got corporate support available at the RSC as well, in the hope that you'll be able to get used to it throughout the week, and until Friday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you get onto busy shifts, and you've got more team members coming in. So that's what's expected of you. And the big message really for you, what do I need to do now, is be smart, think ahead. So we know that in businesses where plans are accurate and timely, labour performance is better. We know that where team members have sight of 2 weeks schedules, apologies for the spelling on site, engagement is higher and turnover is lower. And we know that having your schedule in Teamplan will make life much easier than if you don't, and I'll explain a bit as to why. And just to be clear from the outset, the company policy on planning in the system is by end of day Wednesday, the current week, week +1 and week +2 schedule must be in the system and visible to the team with a system generated schedule. So the key message here, everything needs to be planned in the system. So if you're working with one plan in the system and one plan on the wall on an Excel spreadsheet, you've definitely got to work a way through changing that to having everything in the system. Main reason being for that, if your team are clocking in to shifts that don't exist on the system, a manager will be required to override every single time that happens. So busy bar, lots of guests, you're running around like a headless chicken. You don't want to be approving every single shift that comes in. So it really needs to be planned in the system as accurately as possible. For each district there is a Teamplan district leader, and your leader will be going live on the system before you and will be the first port of call for daily support during go live. So that will be anything for you guys from 4 to 8 weeks. So these guys will pretty much be experts on the system by the time you go live. And they've already been selected, so they will be in your meeting today, I hope. And what we've asked is that any questions that come out of today, any queries, any challenges, that you get those back to your district leader for Teamplan, and they'll get those queries back to myself, and we'll find the right answers for you. So the following screen will take you through the key dates to be aware of. So I'm just going to walk you through these. So the leader briefing, we're going to be doing that one-to-one. So one of the project team will be going to the leader's site and we'll be briefing them through that one-to-one with their management team, whoever they want available. And then the leader will do their schedule transfer in P6 week 3. So this is going to be 6 businesses from all bar one. So 6 businesses will be scheduling and transferring from PPS to Teamplan in period 6 week 3, week beginning 26th of Feb. And then in that same week, in Paul and Kelly's district, there'll be a full brief at your district meeting, which will be led by an OPM, and it will be a full brief for exactly the process of go live. The week after that, the leader will then go live in Teamplan. Those 6 businesses will go live in Teamplan period 6, week 4, week beginning 5th of March. And then you'll see in orange there's task 1 and task 2. So we're just going to help you out with key planning, key tasks, so you can tick them off as you go. And then the next day is Paul and Kelly's district will start to transfer their schedules. So this is 2 weeks of schedules, plus 1 and plus 2, in P7 week 3, a week beginning 26th of March. And that needs to be done by end of play on Thursday. So full transfer of 2 weeks of schedules from PPS over to Teamplan. And then following that, P7 week 4 will go live as a district. Paul and Kelly's districts will go live on Teamplan and do their final payroll in PPS. All done, all live. Then we go to the full brief at the district meeting for Sonia, Tamika and Jeremy, and again that's going to be supported by OPMs. And again, the slight difference here is tasks 1 and 2 are going to be condensed into 1 week, but they're really for information tasks. There's no major action. Main action is make sure you've got 2 weeks of schedules, as I'm sure you all have at all times. So then Sonia, Tamika, Jeremy district schedule transfer happens in period 8 week 3, so week beginning 23rd of April. That plus 1 and plus 2 schedule gets transferred from PPS to Teamplan. And then following that, Sonia, Tamika and Jeremy's district go live and finalise their payroll in PPS for the last time on that Sunday. That's it, all done. All bar one will be live. So key dates that your RBM district leader will confirm. Your Teamplan district briefing is planned for, so we just need to confirm what day your meeting is going to be, location, etc. Your Teamplan rollout is scheduled for, we can see that above, so just make a note of those key dates. Your scheduling transfer week again is above. I've just been through them, so make a note of that in your diaries. And your Teamplan go live date again is above. So thinking about your actions then, you really are critical partners in the deployment of Teamplan, more so for all bar one than anyone else, because you're going to be the first brand going live with this, and we'll be really looking for you for really good feedback and your proactive approach that you're famous for. So we really look forward to working with you and really hope that this will give you some major benefits. So key things: involve yourself in training and get to understand the system from the start. Ensure you feel confident to support your management teams and team members through the changes effectively. Ask questions of the OPM, ask questions today, we'll get those answers for you. Ensure you're absolutely compliant with system usage for all scheduling and planning to the minimum expectation of plus 2 week schedules. If you're not doing that, if you're not using the system at current, that is PPS, please start now, get ahead of the game, because it will be much easier when we go live with this. Start planning, so ensure you're available for key training dates. Planning your team meeting now. Look at your own schedule and when you will sit down to complete the schedule transfer for your business. Make sure you just put that time aside ahead of the time. And just think about holidays. Are you going to be away at any time? Is there any key dates where you're not going to be there? And just start talking to your team and RBM about what contingency plans you might need to put in place. And then think about what challenges you might have now. So with the way you and your team currently work, the capability of your management team, how can you get maximum benefit from the mobile app? What changes to your own ways of working could save you time and or money? So it's just a great opportunity for the majority of you who aren't going live for a while, just to really review if there's anything that you could change to help yourselves. Finally, just a quick run round. So the project director is Dave Blackhurst, who's the director of central operations. You've got Bill Richford, who is a project manager, so he's a good contact, and he would answer any questions I can't answer. and then there's myself looking after the comms and planning. So please feedback any queries and questions through your district leader. I hope that's been useful, and I hope you look forward to the system, and I look forward to getting any feedback.